Okay, we are connected. Hey, everybody. So, just to let you guys know that I am going live here on Instagram and I'm also going live here on tradingview.com as well. I'm really excited for you guys to be joining me. So, if y'all see me looking like both directions, it's because I want to engage with everyone here. Hey, hey, Frequency, what's going on? Grand Rising to you as well. So what we're going to be talking about today, you guys, is trend versus market structure. So it's going to be a really, really great class. Okay. I get questions on this a lot, like Shaquan, which one is best? Which one should we start with? Should we start with understanding trend? Should we start with plotting market structure? And I'm like, well, it really depends on the student and where they're learning from or what it is that they want to do. But I decided to just go ahead and just do a live class over this. So I want to welcome you guys to my trading space. It's a safe space where you guys can learn, a safe space where you guys can come and ask questions. Okay. So here's another reason why I want to get into this. All right. When I do live discovery calls, I had discovery calls like almost every other day. Surprisingly, I only had a few this week, but a discovery call is basically where I talk to people who maybe want to work with me, and I ask them questions to get to know if we can work together. And I like to ask questions basically about why they're struggling with their entries, like what is the struggle area. And I've learned that when people are struggling with their entries, and hey Lynn, hey Water Reads Life, when people are struggling with their entries, one of two things is actually happening. Number one, you may not have a good understanding of trend, or you may not have a good understanding or connection with what you're trading. And the second part to that is you've yet to connect to what you're trading with, right? Because connection is everything. Connection equals energy when we're trading, okay? So, what I want you guys to do here is join me for the next 30 minutes as we're talking, and let's just chat and vibe together. And if you stay towards the end, I would have a really great announcement coming towards the end, okay? So, let's go ahead and let's get into the conversation. But before we do, if you would like to go live with me, like right now, as I am teaching, okay, as I'm teaching, if you would like to go live, meaning I can see you, you can see me, everyone can see you, because I want to ask you questions, then go ahead and request to go live with me here on Instagram. Tradingview.com, people. If you guys want to join me here on Instagram, my Instagram handle is at the Shaquan Lopez, at the Shaquan Lopez. So if you do request to go live with me, I only have a few rules. You must have a quiet background, and I'm going to ask you questions. So only speak as I ask you questions, okay? If you can respect those rules, then we're good. So if you're not afraid to go live, it's a button down below that should say you can request to go live with me, and then I'll allow you to go live with me. All right. So I'm gonna give it like another minute or so to see who's gonna do it. And it's okay if you're shy about it. I understand it and I get it. But I'm doing this for a really good reason. If you do not go live with me, I just ask that you engage as I ask questions. Because as you ask questions, I'm going to give you guys some answers to your questions that you may be having, or I'm going to help kind of like it's going to help me gauge the temperature and what I should do next or how I should speak next. Okay. So I'll give like another minute. Oh, you guys are being shy on me. And I can't understand it. I can understand it. So I have one request. Okay. Do I have any other requests to go live? What a Breeze Live says, I'm just listening. So I understand. And I have another request here as well, too. Awesome. Okay. Hi, how are you? Yay. Okay. This is gonna be so much fun. All right. Hey King, what's up, Frequency? How you doing? Peace and love. I am very, very well. So, yes, sir. So, and hey, over here on Trading View. So, I just ask that you guys have a quiet background. Okay, that's the only thing. I think you guys can mute yourself. Trading View, not Trading View. Instagram is allowing us to do some great things over here. So, if it's not quiet, there's a way you can mute yourself. Okay. But when I ask you questions, the only thing that I ask is that you answer the questions. Okay. So, let's get into it. There are key differences with trend and market structure, and make sure you guys are taking notes or retaining it as I'm speaking to everyone here. Okay. So the key differences with trend, I want everyone to write this down first, okay? Your trend displays the movement of your exchange rates of your buyers or your sellers, okay? If you look at your price scale, whenever you guys get to your laptops, your computers, your desktops, whatever it is that you're using, even on your phone, if you look at your price scales that's on your trading view or your MetaTrader, whichever one you use, those are called exchange rates as your numbers go up and down, as they increase and as they decrease. Because the first thing that you view on your price charts are just candles. Like there's nothing on that price chart but candles. Okay. And I have a question to ask both of you, and I would like to know your answers, okay? And for you guys who are listening, you can put it in the comment box or the chat box. What are the two types of trend and what do they detail? What? It's okay. Okay. Don't ever don't apologize. With me, you should never apologize for the stage you're at in your trading journey. You never apologize. I promise you this is gonna make you a better trader. Okay. If you don't know, mama, say I don't know. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. Got you. Okay, I'm gonna take my AirPods off so the people here on Trading View can hear you. Okay, and that's okay. So I love that you're new in your journey and you're here to learn. Frequency. What would you say are the two types of trend and what do they detail?
Well, I can say two types of trends: the uptrend and downtrend.
Yes.
And all right, I'm gonna take a guess. I usually don't guess.
Okay.
And they tell you the movement of the market. They let you know who's in control of the market. That's details. If it's in the uptrend, it details that the buyers are in control, or as they say, the bulls are in control, and if the bears are in control.
There we go. Okay, but let's go deeper, right? Because we can say that they're in control, but it's all about how it looks on that chart. It's about how you put that detail on your chart because it's chart art. So as price, and you guys are right who's joining in and typing that. So as price is in an uptrend or a downtrend, what is it creating? What is the uptrend creating? What is the downtrend creating? Let's go deeper. Do you guys know what that's called?
What are they creating?
I'm gonna follow his lead just for the record.
Okay, it's fine. Trust me. As you're writing this down, you're probably gonna have some aha moments. So I get it. Okay. So if you guys know in the chat as well, what is it called? As price is going in an uptrend or a downtrend, what is price creating? Just think about the movement by itself.
Would it be called frequency? The frequency of how it's moving?
No, that's me. No,
that's you.
Coach Macon just named one of them, everybody. Coach Macon just named one.
I am trying to my best. I'm looking at my screen, looking at you, and price action. When it's creating higher highs,
there we go.
Lower low.
There we go. There we go. They're coming in now. Okay, so you made a good point. You said trend shows you who has control, and that is fine, right? Because when the market is going up, it's showing you the position you should take. When it's going down, it's showing you the position you should take. But in an uptrend, I want everyone here to write this down. In an uptrend, price creates what is called higher highs and higher lows. That means each high peak and low peak is creeping up higher and higher and higher. And if you think about a stairwell, those peaks are increasing as they're going up. They're ascending. So if you were to put like a price level tool or a price note tool, you see those exchange rates are getting higher at each high and each low peak. If you follow me here on Instagram, you guys should see me do that on my charts a lot, or on YouTube, y'all seen how I have those numbers going up in an uptrend. But in a downtrend, what's going on is price is creating lower lows and lower highs. And this means that at each high peak and each low peak, as price is descending, is fluctuating down, your exchange rates are getting lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. Okay, so I want you guys to remember that uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, higher high, higher low. And the name of the direction is in the name. Higher means up, okay? Lower means down. So that's what your trend is actually creating. And I'll give you guys the best time frame to look at this because I know that's going to be the question, the daily time frame. As you guys know, I do everything on the daily and teach everything on the daily because it helps you not be so overwhelmed with so many price action candlesticks that are moving. Okay. Now, keep in mind with the trend, it's not about individual candles, it's all about a group of candlesticks. So that's why I keep referencing just the high peaks, low. That's as price is fluctuating. Okay. Now, if you're having a hard time reading your trend, it could be one of these two, well, actually one of three things. And I want you guys to tell me what it is, okay? And this is for y'all here who are talking to me, and then anyone here who is tuning in, okay? Number one, you're using too many time frames to connect with the controller of the market, meaning you have too many time frames telling you who's the buyer and who's the seller. If you ever been in a situation where you're going from like the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15, whatever, but you have no idea if you're the buyer or the seller, you forgot to position yourself as that first. Okay. The second part is you're having an issue seeing the difference between the highs and the lows, which is why I started with what is trend first and what is it creating. So the moment you don't know, you're literally still telling yourself, I don't have a position in the market because it is about you. And the third part, if you're having problem with trend, you're plotting your structure first before seeing the direction that price is actually moving. Okay. So which one of those things could y'all be struggling with at this moment? What's the struggle point here? Is it too many time frames? Is it you don't know how to distinguish your highs and your lows, how to name them as a high, higher low? That's yours, okay? Lower low, lower high. Thank you for being honest. Or are you plotting your structure first before you position yourself as the buyer or the seller? Okay.
I also have that problem.
Okay.
I have both.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm glad. Like frequency or big brother. Oh, what's yours too?
Mine is stop loss.
Okay.
Mine is my stop loss. It's like as well as trade too daggone much.
Okay.
I almost cussed. But stop loss.
Okay.
That's my biggest problem. Like I can mark up a chart. I can get an entry. I mean, I get such beautiful sniper entry, and then all of a sudden it's my stop loss.
Got you. And what that lets me know, is you're number two. It's your highs and your lows because either you're entering into early or you're entering into late. So you're the second one. Okay. And we're gonna keep going here. Okay, we're gonna keep going here. Let's talk about market structure. What is market structure to the both of you? And to anyone else here who's listening, Ms. Lynn says she's all of them too. Anyone else who's listening, what is market structure to you?
To me, market structure is what the market is doing at the time. That's to me what market structure is. Because the market can be in an uptrend, and we won't be able. Sometimes, if we trade in lower zones, lower time frame, we won't be able to see them zones that the market is getting ready to go to according to the structure. And when it gets to the zone in a lower time frame and reverse on it, we won't know that.
Okay.
But if we in the higher time frame, we won't have to worry about them things reversing on us because
I got you.
Following the big money. You're following big money. This and I've learned that the best way to trade and invest is to follow the big money. The big money controls the structure of the market.
Got you.
When you go up in the monthly time frame, if it's buying, then you wait for it to buy. That's the structure.
That's what I was about to ask. Yes, I was just going to say that. Does that also consist of it being a part of when it's the buyers, when it's for the buyers, or when it's for the sellers?
Yes.
That's, for me, what it means.
Yes. So let's make this personal. Okay. Your market structure, and if y'all see me looking down, I have my notes. As I read notes, I get personal too. It's a connection of your position as the buyer or the seller and where you want to enter the trade. Think about it like this. Structure's not on your chart when you first get there. You plot it. Okay. What you're doing is you're saying, let's name structures. You have support and resistance. You have, those are also called key levels. You have trend lines. You have chart patterns like the Head and shoulders patterns, teacups, all of that, right? Double tops and double bottoms could even be patterns as well. You have advanced patterns, you have supply and demand zones. Like you can pick from which one you want. But as you pick it, what you're saying is when I plot this at this specific exchange rate, I say that I want to be the buyer here when price reaches it, or I want to be the seller here. So market structure is what you plot. That structure you plot at market price. Okay? You choose it. It's not on your chart. You're choosing it. You're plotting it. You're using it. You're waiting for price to get there. So it's a personal connection between you, the trader, and where you want to enter the trade. Okay? Here's another engagement question that I would like to ask you guys. What market structures are you using to trade with and why? What are you using and why?
Myself, I've developed some bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just go back and deal with last week. I'm not going to deal with what I did this week.
Okay.
The market structure me something. I was in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen a double bottom.
Okay.
On the 4 hour.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
I seen it. It wasn't even a full, it wasn't even engulfing at all. It was just a double bottom. And I recognized it. And the next candle that came up was a buy. So that's when I got in for the buy and rode it up until it started turning.
Mm-hmm.
And I was profitable when I did that. But what happened after that was my greedy butt tried to go back in again.
You're not supposed to do that. That's the rule of thumb. You're not supposed to do that.
That's my biggest problem. Once I get the profit,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I always have to show you on my screen, but once I get the profit, I give it back.
Okay. So let me ask it this way: are you consistently trading double bottoms? And if you are, why? If you're not, why? Because that could be your structure, and you need rules for that.
That's my problem. I have no rules.
So you don't. So you have no connection with what you're trading then.
None.
If you can't tell your why, and this is why I tell a lot of traders: if you don't know why you're trading what you're trading, don't trade it. Don't trade it at all. Okay, and we'll get into why. Okay, we'll get into why. So what about you, Momo? What market structure are you trading, and why? Why did you pick that particular one?
So you're asking me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. So to his point, I started off in what he was doing. I would get greedy, but then I had to stop because I was losing too much money.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that I didn't have that core knowledge. You know, and listening to many of you and yourself, as you said, if you're not going in with an understanding of how much I want to gain for the day and say stop, but like him, I will stop and then go in. I'm using E-Trade, by the way.
Okay.
I've been using E-Trade. And if I make, let's just say hypothetically $500 or $1,000, I'll say, oh my gosh, I can get another 1,000. And then boom, whatever I've gained, I've lost at that moment.
Right. Okay. And so once again, just like him, you don't have a rule for your structure, right? So, and once again, that's why I asked, what does it mean to you? What does your structure mean to you, and why are you trading it, right? Because what your structure tells you is, yes, brother. Oh, what's up?
All right, I did use an ABC thing too.
Advanced pattern.
Yeah,
advanced pattern. Mm-hmm.
I've been using that, and I've used it on gold, and it worked.
Okay, but how many times on gold can that work? And when does it work on gold, right? Let's get into it really quick. All right, like life, yes. I like to use analogies, as y'all know. Like life, you must have a connection with what you do and how it's making you money. Okay, so think about it this way: if you can use something consistently, you have to know when to use it, which means when to apply it, on what time frame, when to apply it. You have to know what to do once it reaches what you're trading. You have to know, okay, well, if I trade here based on my trading style, like I'm a swing trader. So I already know, okay, if I enter here at this structure, I'm going to hold the position to this point in the market, but I'm done once price takes me out at my take profit. Now I have to wait to use the same structure and the same rules again. Does that make sense how I'm saying it? I know a lot of times we say we want to be consistently profitable, but most people don't work on being consistent with the thing they're trading first to get them profits. Okay. That's what you want to work on as a trader. But if, watch this, if you're trading more than one structure, you had a double bottom and double top, you have a rule for those. You had a Gartley pattern, ABC pattern, there's a rule for those, right? The question is, when is the double bottom or double top valid? When is that Gartley pattern valid? Do you use both at the same time, or do you use one because the market's doing this certain thing? Then you come back in and use the other, or you just eliminate the other in that particular trade. That makes sense how I'm saying it?
Yeah.
But I use one structure, strategy on one pair with double bottom, and I use the gut with gold because gold is so volatile, just like BTC. But I don't know why I did it. I've been trying all strategies to help me with my journey, and I haven't stuck to one.
So
I have to jump off. I'm gonna let somebody else come on because I gotta go to a meeting. But
yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, if anyone would like to take Ms. Professional HQ's place, all you have to do is tap in and just request to go live, and I'll let you go live as well. And if I'm asking questions, all I ask is that you have a quiet background and you can join us as well too. Okay, now actually I'm gonna start doing our lives like this, you guys. I'm liking this. So here's a teaching moment. Okay, get good at one structure first. Like, start trading the same thing consistently, because here's the thing, you want to make money, then you add. But you don't add once you start making money. Just keep making money. You don't confuse your money with strategies. You do not want to confuse your money with strategies, okay? I gave it to you guys like this. I'm going to use an analogy. It's like a job. Most of us have one job. And we have one job because if you have more than one, what ends up happening? Frequency, you should know this, brother. Oh, you should know this well. It will drain your energy, and it will lead to stress. It will lead to depression. It will lead to you feeling burnt out from the day. That's what it ends up doing, right? And you have little time to enjoy your life. And trading is the same, except you don't want to make trading another 9 to 5. Because the more strategies you have, the more you have to practice them, the more you have to implement them, and the more you have to know what works and when it works. And how do you test those results?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. How do you test those results? So in order for you to prevent yourself from clocking in and making trading another 9 to 5, stick to one job, stick to one structure. Okay. Now, I know it takes time to find it, but if you joined me yesterday, that's why I said, don't reinvent the wheel when someone's already made the wheel and made life easy for you. They've already made trading easy for you. Go to the person who's already created the invention, because they know when it works. They know the rules. They know the mistakes that they know the mistakes that can be made, and they're trying to prevent you from making those mistakes. And it's you who has to listen. Or if you reinvent the wheel, you prolong your journey. You lose profits, you give them back. Okay. The goal of trading is to make money and keep money, not give it back trying things. I wish I learned that early. Brother, oh, you're learning that as well too. Most of all of us here have learned that at one point in time, right? So I have another engagement question, because this is going to help you guys understand if you should know trend first or structure first. I want everyone here to answer. Okay. So number one, everyone here on TradingView, everyone on Instagram, I want y'all to answer. On a naked chart, do you see price move first, or do you see structure first? Which one? On a naked chart, price or structure?
I'm always on a naked chart. So I see both.
Okay.
Structure and price.
Okay. See someone say price, but it's a naked chart. There's nothing on your chart. It's naked.
All I see, well, in that case, all I see is structure.
Okay, I want to see the answers. I see price on TradingView, structure. I see price. I see structure. I mean, I'm interested in this. I just did this with one of my mentees. He and I just had this conversation. Okay, I'm loving the answers that I'm seeing. If there's a naked chart, there means there's nothing on it but price action candlesticks. Because remember, you have to plot structure. Y'all have to plot structure first. So if there's nothing on your chart, you see candles, right? You see candles. Okay, that is price action. That is price. Okay, so I want everyone to write that down. On the naked chart, you see price first, not structure. Two, what does price tell you is happening? That was the first question I asked too with trend. What is price telling you is happening on that chart? What is it showing you when you look at those group of candlesticks? Not just one candlesticks. Miss Tracy got an aha moment. I see it. I see it. I see the aha moments coming in, and I love it. What is price telling you is happening? Think about it. The group of candles, what are they doing? There we go, Lotus. You got it.
The movement of the market.
There we go. Who has control, buyers or the sellers? It's showing y'all. There we go. If it's going up or down, bullish or bearish, there we go. So it's showing y'all that fluctuation. That's what it's showing y'all. So what should you learn first? Trend or market structure? Which one is most important first?
Market structure.
You got a plot structure, but what do you see first?
Trend.
There we go. Use what your eyes see first. Position yourself in the market first.
It's the words that's getting me.
No, you fine. See, do you see how does everyone hear how I'm repeating myself? Everyone hear how I'm repeating myself?
Yes.
Yeah. The more you recite these things, you have no choice but to go back and look at it. You have no choice but to take everything off to see. You should learn your trend first. And how do you learn your trend? By learning price action candlestick movements, by focusing on your highs and your lows, and by focusing on how important candlesticks fluctuate the market first. Calling out if it's a higher high, higher low, lower high. Focusing on trend first, okay? Here's what it does, and I want y'all to write this down. Structure does not position you as the buyer or the seller. Trend does. Trend positions you first. The moment you say price is in an uptrend, you just told yourself you're the buyer. The moment you said price is in the downtrend, you just positioned yourself as the seller. Then the next thing that you do is you plot structure after that. It's an art, it's chart art. There you go. Then you position yourself once you position yourself, then you plot structure and you're telling yourself, okay, this is the best place for me to enter and exit the trade if you use structure for both of entries and exits. Here's how you say it when you recite it out loud. Market structure is telling you this. I want all y'all to listen to how I'm about to say this. Based on the downtrend, sellers have control. I'll plot structure here. So when the market pulls back for me at my structure, I can sell with the sellers. Okay, I'm gonna say that part again because I'm gonna use it in both an uptrend and a downtrend. Based on the downtrend, the sellers have control. Now you just found who has control of the market. Lower lows, lower highs. I'll plot structure here, whatever structure that you're using, you're gonna plot structure there. So when price pulls back, because we don't sell low, you got to sell from a higher peak. When price pulls back for me, I can sell here with the sellers. Remember that famous motto: we buy low, we sell high. There we go. We buy low, we sell high. High peaks in the market. That's a lower high or a higher high if you're the trend trader or the counter trend trader. All right, that's the connection. I got you. Oh, that's the connection. Okay. The second part to this is based on the uptrend, due to buyers having control. Uptrend means the buyers got the control. You're positioning yourself as the buyer. I'll plot structure here. So when price pulls back, it has to go back down. When price pulls back to this structure, I can buy with the buyers. All right. Say it again. Based on the uptrend, your buyers have control. You're positioning yourself as the buyer. I'll plot structure here. Okay. And trust me, I'm gonna do another market structure class for y'all to break this down even more so y'all can visually see it with me. I'm gonna do a whole class on Zoom so y'all can see it. When price pulls back here, I can buy with the buyer because you got to buy at a low peak, which is going to be at a higher low if you're the trend trader, or the lower low if you're a counter trend trader. Do y'all see how I brought it back to the very beginning? Lower high, lower low, high, higher low. There's a connection established between the trading style. Trend trading, counter trend trading. Trend trading, counter trend trading. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys an analogy. Me and my cousin just talked about this. A house cannot be built backwards, okay? Because you can't build a house without direction. You can't. You need a road. You need to know the direction of the traffic. And then you need to know the layout so that when you build the house, you can enter the house from the road, right? Which is why I say you have to know your trend first. You got to know direction first, all right? You got to know it. Water Breeze Life says, as we say, buy the bottom, sell the tops. There you go. And each bottom has a name. Each top has a name. You want to know those names. You want to know the names. Okay, and keep it simple. There you go. We want to keep it simple. All right, I'm going to tell you guys how my students learn with me. I help them position themselves first, right? But they can't position themselves without understanding price action candlesticks. There are 4 great candlesticks that repeat themselves that makes the market move. And I say it every week. Rejection hammers and inverted hammers is one category. There you go. He got it. The bullish or bearish engulfing candles is the second category, right? The spinning top or the spinning bottom is the third category. The fourth one is the doji plus one of those 3 categories I just named. If y'all find those at your high peaks, your low peaks, your lower lows, your lower highs, your higher lows, you will see those candles are what's fluctuating price. So you can make the connection. And if you use that price label tool that I'm always mentioning to look at your numbers, you will find control better. And it's better for you to see it that way because it helps you establish your position. I'm always repeating myself to get this ingrained into you guys. Okay, I'm going to always repeat myself. All right. Now, here's another tip I want y'all to hear me well on. When I teach my students, focus on one structure to trade and one time frame to do it on. I do not trade support and resistance. I don't trade trend lines. I don't do any of those things. And it's not to say that they don't work, because they do. They're very profitable. But what I do is I am a supply and demand trader, and I use what's called estimation zones, because we're literally estimating what we need price to go to so that once it gets there, we can take the trade. And we use the lower highs, lower lows, higher lows. There's like no rocket science behind it, I promise you. And we stay to the right. So as y'all hear me speak, I'm telling you the criteria, Brother O. I'm telling you what we need to see. I'm telling you our rules and how we establish ourselves. And that can take about, if someone works one-on-one with me, it takes me 2 weeks to teach them that. If someone works in the group coaching session with me, it takes me about 5 to 6 weeks to show them how to put it together, because there's more than one person in the room. Now you have to cater to everybody's mental, right? Because it doesn't have to take a year. How long have you been in the market for, Brother O?
I don't even have a year yet.
You don't have a year yet? How many months?
11.
11 months. So you're topping a year. You're coming towards it, right? But you still have. Go ahead.
I apologize. But no, you continue.
No, but you still had that struggle area where you're trying to figure it out, right? And what's happening, and I don't know your situation per se, but I'm going to guess and assume. All right. So what can happen is, what we do is we can take on the journey ourselves and we beat our chest and say, I'm going to get it myself. I did that. It sucks. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. I did it and it sucks. So what happens is we go through learning YouTube videos, learning more than from one source on baby pips, Google Forms, all these groups with no authority. Who is the person to say, stop, this is what's happening, right? Because we can't position ourselves as the authority because we don't know anything, right? And so we go through trial and error phase. But what that ends up happening is you're not listening to you. You have to position yourself as the expert the time you step on the chart, even if you don't know what's going on. Okay? You have to know I'm in this market to win. But you got to find the person who knows more than you. Okay? Because a group of people who all trade different things can know more than you and nothing at all. Because a house that's divided does not get built.
Surely.
Right?
Yes.
And so you need that authority. But as you're learning, you need the foundation. If I'm building a house, I need to know if I'm on solid ground or if I'm on rocky ground. That's a biblical principle, right? You build on rocky ground, on sandy ground, your infrastructure, your foundation does not stand. Okay? But if you build it on solid ground, you can build. I can put my cement. I watch how people build here where I'm at in South Carolina. You can put the cement and then you can start putting the wood and then you know it's going to stand, but you have to know where to put the wood, how to build the wood, how big it is, how long, how thick to double it up, all that, right? We do that. But I'm not a believer it should take you a year. I'm not a believer it should take you 11 months right now. I'm a believer it should take you less than 3 months to learn foundation and then you start implementing. But you have to know to start to keep implementing the same technique, to keep practicing the same technique. Make it make you money. Because the moment y'all lose a trade, y'all should know within the foundation, within the technique, I like to call them techniques, not strategies. Within the technique, what went wrong? It could be you, or it could be something in the market. And the market is your friend, not your enemy. We've been conditioned to think the market is our enemy when it's not. I teach people this. If I lose a trade, something with the trend just changed. Not my technique. My technique works. But if I lose money, something within that trend changed and the market told me to either stop being the buyer or stop being the seller. Which one did it do? Now let me reposition myself with the control factor. Who has control now? Is it still the buyers or the sellers? Okay. So I want y'all to just think about it, all right? Now, trading, this is why I'm about to say this too. Trading is not strategy first, it's you first. Do you hear how I asked you questions and you answered them out loud? And as I gave you the answer, you got aha moments, right? Now you have answers. Now, guess what you have to do? Because the market can't move without any of us. Now you have to go find what's going on in the market. But you're the most important part because of this. You don't make money without this, and you don't make money without these. It's all about you, not strategy first. You're learning, not the whole strategy. Okay? Because the strategy is what you implement after you've learned something. So I want all of y'all to take this information and go start practicing with the trend first, not the structure. Don't focus on that. Focus on becoming the buyer or the seller first. Okay? Focus on that. All right. So with that being said, let's go through questions. If Brother O, if you have a question, or if anyone here on TradingView or Instagram has a question, y'all can type them in. And I hope you all took notes. And I'm glad y'all like this. I'm going to start teaching this way here on Instagram and TradingView. I'm going to start teaching this way. One of the reasons I like to be personal, if y'all don't know, I'm a personal teacher. I like dialogue like this. I teach this way as well when I teach students and clients. I don't like the whole course concept because I feel like it's impersonal. If you had a question, I can't answer it through a course, so I like doing this. And I told you guys, as y'all gonna write questions, and Brother O, as you're thinking, I have an announcement. But I want to say this, hear me well. I've been teaching for 3 years. And over the last year, and I'm going to just monitor it from here. Yeah, I've helped a lot of traders who come to me become profitable traders. Some have even gone to become educational coaches. Some are now in the process of being full-time traders. I've helped a lot of people go full-time really quick, profitable really quick, because they listened. We took out the fluff material. It didn't take a year. It didn't take 6 months. Some of them did it within 3 months. Some did it within 2 months. They just needed the foundation, the fluff to be removed. Okay. So what I'm doing is creating a coaching program that ends. A lot of times, and I'm learning this, sometimes you keep something open and no one gets a result. But I'm forcing people to become profitable. I don't like people, I don't like when people don't make money. Let me put it to you that way. And it could be life factors. It could be maybe you still have old ways, old traditional ways. And I'm making people take breaks, y'all, from charts. Before you learn with me, you got to take a break. Clear your mind. Brother, oh, we're going to go back to the whole job thing. If you're burnt out, if you're stressed out, you can't think. You got too many strategies, you can't think. You have to take a break. You got to. And I'm learning to create the culture and the atmosphere in trading Forex when you get to take a break, because you need to. And so that is what my coaching program is involved in. I have people right now who came to me under 12 weeks ago. If I stop teaching today for a month, they're on their own and they got it. They got it. And so I'm creating a program that's going to help people become profitable, and I'm monitoring them as they trade week by week by week after I've taught them. So if y'all are interested in this, it's going to open up in July. Y'all DM me. I want y'all to DM me after this. Okay? And let's have a conversation and let's talk. Now, I'm only teaching swing traders, but I have people who use this information to go day trade and scalp with. I'd like to say that that's their business, but they're still profitable doing it. Okay? So I'm going to open up the floor to let y'all ask me questions for like the next 5 to 7 minutes. I do have a one-on-one session. Y'all, I work in real life with people, so I got one-on-one sessions coming up. I have what, 2 today? No, 3. No, 2 today, and then I work with the coaching group today. Okay. So, Brother O, do you have a question for me?
Yeah, but it wouldn't come. I had it and then it left.
I'm sorry, because I like to talk. You should have told me to be quiet, girl. I like to talk.
If it's the queen, I can't get in here and try to act like I'm running something.
I got you. I got you. But as I'm speaking, if you have a question, let me know. Water Breeze Life said we have to pass the collection plate around on this lecture. I appreciate it. Coach Make, hello Baker says, awesome sis, thank you. Coach Macon says, you love what you do in the shows. I love helping people. I really do. I really do. Trading View, I see y'all have a few questions. Well, someone just said, wow, first time listening and watching, dropping pieces of golden nuggets everywhere. People need to listen. Thank you. TLCFX says, I have almost 2 years and I'm struggling. Well, I'm hoping that as I teach and come on here with you guys, you won't struggle for much longer. You're lovely. Thank you. Is your course free? No, the course is not free, and it's not a course. Let me explain the difference of a course and a coaching program to you guys really quick, okay? A course is self-paced, and typically within a course, you don't talk to the creator of the course. You don't have any connection with the person who made the course. You just have the information. As I am speaking to you guys, I teach this way. So you're going to come in, you're going to watch certain videos in the module, and you're going to have an assignment to do. And this is how my people learn fast as well too. They learn fast when I give an assignment, when I give homework, because I am helping them implement the information again. Watch this, Brother O, if I just taught you, I just gave y'all an assignment. I don't even know if y'all already recognize that. I gave everyone an assignment. Go find the higher highs and higher lows and lower highs on your chart. Did anyone write that down?
I'm writing right now.
There we go. That's the assignment. There we go.
Is it a specific period you want us to do it on?
It's up to you. It's okay. Up to you. That's your assignment. Why listen and learn without taking action?
I had a question. Here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, do you ever deal with divergence? Do you ever look
RSI?
Yes.
No, I used to. I know RSI really well, and I used to, but I don't really use indicators. I'm my indicator. But
I'm trying to get away from indicators as well.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a lot of master traders said that when they found divergence in their trading hands and stuff, that it made their trading a lot better.
Yeah. So let's talk about divergence really quick. I would learn trend first, because if you learn trend first, divergence works better. Your divergence is gonna show you a retracement area. It's gonna show retracements, meaning a pullback in your trend. Okay, but when people say something is overbought or oversold and they're on lower time frames, they're using that for a reversal as well, or retrace or trend continuation move. However, based on the time frame you may be on, when you look at overbought and oversold, it could show you who has control too. That's called momentum. So a lot of people say, well, something is overbought and then they start to sell, when you should actually keep buying. Believe it or not, you should keep buying. When something is oversold, you should actually keep selling, because it's showing you has control. And if you use a 50 level on your RSI and price can't break it and it keeps going oversold, then 50, oversold, then 50, those are the sellers in the market. Buyers can't take control. So you should see price fluctuating, creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And if it gets overbought and keeps hitting that 50, then overbought, then 50, it's your buyers. So you should see price making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Now, once again, that's kind of why I don't use it, because I can see it now with my trend. But it can help give you confirmation. But see how I said trend first. RMSFX, you should use I'll say everyone stick to the daily for right now, because it's easier for you to see the fluctuations. It's easier for you to see the fluctuations. Okay.
Letters again. RMFSX.
Oh, that was a chick on here or a dude on here. I can't see their picture. I was answering a question.
I'm up here writing it down.
And you're fine. Someone asked, what's my history? I've been teaching for 3 years. I've been trading for 5 years, but I worked in the bank before this, trading physical foreign currencies. Do you trade London or the New York session? I trade no sessions. I only show it to my price chart at between 4:55 p.m. and 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a 15-minute trading day with analysis included, and I'm a swing trader. So I don't trade time sessions, nor do I teach them. But for most people, once they learn what I do and they want to day trade it, they choose their own sessions, because it's based on their time availability. So I prefer people trade their time availability versus a session, if that makes sense. Okay. Evo said right, because the RSI is a Momo indicator. What does Momo mean? I don't know what Momo means. Do I use fibs? I do use fibs. I love a Fibonacci. I love a good Fibonacci. Yes, hold on. Let me answer this one. Went really quick. Yeah, I got like a few minutes until I gotta get ready for my last session. Once you know how to read the charts, you won't need indicators, and I agree. To tell you there is divergence, I agree. The movement in the candles will show it along with structure. Once again, I agree. Guys, kids, it's my dude, you guys. He's a beast at options. What's up, brother? And I agree with him. How do we find on TradingView prices for higher highs and higher lows? You can type them in yourself, or what I like to use is a price label tool on TradingView. It's a price note or a price label. And they're going to tell you the exchange rates, what those numbers are at your highs and your lows. So, but you have to type it in what it actually is. There may be some sort of indicator to name it for you. I like to do it myself. I'm just a manual girl. So, that's just personally me. But I like to teach people to do it for themselves first. So any indicator should just be confirmation of what you see. Okay, so just start to do it yourselves. But use the price label tool or the price note tool. If you guys are on TradingView, go to your icons, go to the T, and it should be under there. Price label or price note, they both do the same thing, but one of them you can actually edit a lot better. She wrote that thing down. Thank you. Do you share your average win or losses? I let people know when I lose trades, but I also let people know when I win trades. For the most part, I win more trades than I lose, but it's not something that I keep up with like I used to in the beginning. But it's not even about your average win and losses, because that's something I've been teaching my group. It's about your percentages of how much you make versus how much you lose. I think sometimes we get so caught up in I got to win more trades than I lose, and that's not true. And people are letting a win versus a loss kind of mess with their minds. So it's all about how much money you keep. You can lose more trades than you win and still be profitable because of how much you make versus how much you risk. So I'm not following traditional information. I don't even teach tradition anymore. So I'm learning to clear my mind and what people think we should follow, because it doesn't make sense to me anymore. It just doesn't. So I don't care for all of that. I'll share my analysis and I'll share my setups. But as far as keeping track of that for who and for what, that's how I like to look at it. That's just me personally, Coach Making. And I do love swing trading. Yes, sir.
Okay. What helped you with your patience?
Ooh.
When it's great.
What helped me with my patience? Just trading and holding trades. Like, I was a day trader at first and I was stressed out and I was depressed and I was anxious all the time. And I did not like that. And I told my brother, who was trading with me at the time, I was gonna go up in time frames. I was tired of the lower time frames. I was like, y'all, I'm in the market and then I don't know how to get out. And then I'm losing my profits. And I said, I want to sleep at night. That was the main thing, y'all. I wanted to sleep at night. And I decided to go up to higher time frames and just hold trades, win or lose, hold trades. And I know a lot of people gave me flack because they were like, well, your stop loss going to be big, boom, boom, boom. But I'm like, but I get to sleep at night. I'm still going to make my money and I'm going to stay in the same trades as you. The difference is I'm going to catch more pips than you and I don't have to show up to my chart every day. I wanted to sleep. I didn't care about what other people said. You know what I did? Oh, brother, let me tell you. I muted everybody. I muted everybody. And that's what helped me. I put myself as the expert for what I wanted to do. That's what helped me. I stopped thinking like everybody else and did what was going to work for me and my account so I can enjoy my life. That's what I did. And that's what I teach other people how to do now. Forget everybody else. It's your money. It's your money. And how you trade it is how you trade it,
Everybody else.
Forget it, bro. I don't care. Like, forget everybody else. Yeah. Let me answer this one. When is a new daily candle? Eastern Standard Time? It depends on people's time zones, but for me, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time standard time frame is when my daily candle closes. And then I just ask that people, basically specify that to their time zone. That's it. Do you use order flow? I don't use any indicator really. If I do use it, it's in moving average. But I'll be honest, I forget my moving averages or even on my price chart. I forget. Can I swing trade and be out weekly by Friday or Thursday? Don't time the market for your trade. You want to mess up, time it. Don't ever time the market unless you're a day trader or a swing trader who knows they're holding positions for seconds or minutes or under 24 hours. No one as a swing trader knows when they're going to get out of a trade. So don't control it. Just let it be. And when it hits profit, it hits profit. If you have to hold it, hold it. That's what helped me too. If you have to hold it, hold it. But you won't know what you're comfortable with until you back test first. So I like to tell people to back test, don't trade. There's a difference between back testing and trading, you guys. There's a full difference. Demo trading and live trading involve money. Back testing involves you testing your rules before money is made or lost. Okay. Let me answer some questions for TradingView. Do you trade with stop loss at all? I do trade with a stop loss. If my broker does not allow me to hedge. Someone asked, when you aren't watching your money, do you set a stop loss? Yeah, I was just set a stop loss so you don't have to watch it. Think of take profits and stop losses as an automated system that you do not have to worry about. Like once it takes profit, it takes profit. If it stops you out, that just says to come back to the chart, something happened, you need to pay attention. Momo means momentum. Got it. Okay, now that it makes sense. Trading is simple math. It is. Do you check fundamentals? I am not a fundamentalist. I'm not a fundamentalist. Lotus says, I get sleepy looking at charts. Anyone else? I come to my charts revived. I make sure I sleep before I go to my charts because I didn't even take naps before I trade. I make sure I sleep and I make sure I have my coffee or my tea. One of those. Miss Kim says, I am working on holding trades. It gets better with time and practice. And she's one of my students. And she's been with me for quite some time. And her improvement has been beautiful. 5 p.m. daily. 5 p.m. is when a candle from the previous 24-hour closes. 5:01 a new candle starts. You guys, I'm gonna answer like 2 more questions. I got to go. This is how much I love y'all, because yeah. What's the longest swing trade you held? 4 months. I'm in the trade now. I've been holding it for 2 months on Euro New Zealand. I'm still in that buy. So I'm just holding the position till she take me out. I've already taken profit on her twice, but I'm just holding my last one. I've been in it for 2 months now. I'm ready for it to take profit, but I'm making good money. I make money in my sleep, so I'm okay with holding it. I'm okay with it. I'll answer one more, and I gotta go. Let me see here. Is it okay to trade on 4 hour? I think you're saying to see the trend on a 4 hour or trade the 4 hour. Yes, there is no. Okay, I'm gonna answer this one in sections. Okay, number one, because I gotta go for real. And then I'm gonna go. Okay, when it comes to your trend, if you're gonna look at trend, I always ask people to stick with the daily first, only because you can see without it being too noisy. Number one. Number two is when you are looking at trading a different time frame. If I go from the daily to the 4 hour, what I'm saying is I'm breaking down the daily time frame, but the trend does not change once I drop down. The trend is still the same. So once you drop down in time frames, you're still trading the same direction with who has control. You're just getting a better entry in based on your time availability. Okay, based on your time availability. So that's what's going on when you do that. All right. And then I'm gonna stop answering questions from there. So if y'all have any other questions, Brother O, thank you. Professional HQ, who's on here later, thank you as well for joining. Okay, I'm going to be back on next Monday to do another live. Next Monday and Tuesdays, y'all, I'm gonna be back on. We're gonna do it like this. If you want to go live with me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram and then request to go live once I'm on. Okay, if y'all got questions, DM me. If you, hey, thank you, Mr. Anthony. He's another one of my students, you guys. Really great trader. If you guys would like to join the coaching program next month, please DM me. Okay, please DM me. Also, if you want to work one-on-one with me and learn how to be a better trader in 5 weeks, literally 5 weeks, session 2, you will know how to enter and exit trades. You will know trend. You will know what to see in less than 5 weeks, because in week 2, we break it down. Make sure you DM me. Y'all ain't got to struggle no more. That's what I'm here for. And I'm building people like me to coach other people through this as well too. Okay, but I do got to go. I love you guys. Thank y'all on Instagram. Thank y'all on TradingView. I'll talk to you guys later, okay? You guys, yes. Thank you. Y'all go be blessed.